Hey everyone, sorry this took so long, but as they always say, good things do indeed come to those who wait. We're glad you stuck with us. We know everybody's been anticipating the Trek log, so hopefully you're going to love this, and we loved recording it for you. So thanks for hanging in there.
Here we are, Andre's headquarters.
I know that. It says it on the front door.
It was obligatory exposition. It's been a while.
A lot of guards over there.
Yeah, we know. We can see them.
That was gratuitous exposition necessitated by a small budget.
All right, enough. Let's get them! Wow, what a battle. Ren with her sneak attack, Tom with his brute force, and me with my mad kung fu skills, leaping through the air with lethal force.
We know. We were here.
That was necessary exposition. We don't have the budget to show a big fight. Anyway, I think we took them out before anyone set off the alarm.
Hey, is that Mikey Spock?
Nah, that's a plank of wood.
And you can tell the difference?
Not really, no. Okay, this is it. Let's move in! Andre, finally, we can put an end to this nightmare.
What is the meaning of this outrage?
We're sick of having to review Star Trek Discovery.
It goes against the Geneva Convention.
It causes brain damage.
Ah, you guys. What am I going to do with you? Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna make you watch something. Please be seated. I have a treat for you today.
Hand over the weapon.
No, you wouldn't deprive an old man of his walking stick. I mean, squirt gun. And I'm not really all that old, but it was the only movie quote I could think of at the moment.
Oh, never mind. It's just a squirt gun. Whatever. Stupid squirt gun.
I'm actually glad you came. There's something I've wanted to show you for a long time.
Oh yeah? Well, here, let me show you something.
What the hell? Oh no, glue remover!
Oh my god, no!
Captain, incoming message.
Intruder alert on Deck 8. Enter authorization code. Command functions are offline. Automatic defense procedures initiated. Diagnostic complete. Sensors are functioning normally.
Open hailing transmissions, open hailing frequencies, open everything. Open up, open wide. Here it comes. Here is another episode of the Trek Log. With us today as we resume our STD support group is Lieutenant Commander Tom Connors.
Howdy, Captain.
Once again, joining us is Commander Ren from Ren Rants.
Happy to be here. So sad about the circumstances.
And joining us once again, our via subspace encrypted signal, is our resident supervillain and all-around expert on villainy, Dicktar Von Doomcock. Always a pleasure.
I am honored to be here with you today, and so are you.
I first must say, since this, like I said, this is our STD support group. That's hi, my name is Rob, and I've been watching STD.
Hi, Rob.
It's been a couple days since I've seen STD, and it just won't go away.
It burns when you pee, doesn't it?
Yes, it's this flaking and this rash.
Every Sunday
It
it
also
comes
burns when
back.
you think. Yes, it's recurrent.
So the latest bout of STD we have to cover is episode 13. The title, What's Past, is Prologue.
Boo! I'm sorry, I really hated this episode.
Can you feel the awesomeness? Okay.
No.
Like, just from the title, you know. You know it's like setting you up for time travel bullshit. You know.
Yes. So quick breakdown. Lorca speaks to his fathers after freeing them from the agonizer boots. Actually, and we see Commander Landry come back, the security chief who was killed by the tardigrade.
She's such a familiar face. We sure missed her so much.
We all forgot about. We even forgot. Like I
forgot her name.
Yeah, everybody did. Anyway, he promises to reclaim the Empire. Landry suggests retreating and regrouping. Lorca assures her that a plan is going to go ahead. They head to Stamets' laboratory, find Mirror Stamets hiding there. Stamets, who sold Lorca out to the Emperor. Ooh, big surprise. When the Emperor ship is caught up, he's fled into an iron storm, and the interference caused a transporter malfunction that sent Lorca to the Prime Universe. Kind of like what they did in the original Mirror. There was the ion storm above the planet, the Hulkin planet.
Yes.
Those tricksy ion storms.
Trixie Force.
Tricksy little ion storms.
Lorca tells Stamets to show him the biological weapon he's been developing for the Emperor. Lorca begins using it on the Emperor's troops on board the Palace ship. Emperor Georgiou orders Burnham taken to the brig. She manages to escape to the throne room. USS Discovery is still en route to the SSS Charon. Charon or Charon or whatever the hell it is. I don't care anymore.
Charon, I think it is.
Charon, so.
I don't care.
The capital ship. They used to call it just the capital ship. So anyway, Stamets was unable to save the ship's mushroom crop. He's worried that Mirror Stamets is already...
That's true.
Yeah.
God, this show.
It's so fucking stupid.
Mirror Stamets, he's already worried that it's beyond repair. Stamets explains that the Terran Empire is using the network to power the ISS Charon to give it unimaginable power. Unlimited power! But they are extracting the power and poisoning the network. Ooh, we have renewable energy? Commentary here, guys? Anyways, Lorca.
It's so stupid.
Coal.
Clean coal. Yeah, that's when you take coal. That's when you take coal and you take it and you clean it and you wipe it off, you see? But anyways, Lorca gets on the
Damn it.
Charon's shipwide speaker to invite anyone on board to join his group. You know, invites anybody who wants to take place in the rebellion.
You guys, I'm starting a band.
Anyways, he orders Mikey Spock isn't to be touched because she's integral to the plans. This is just so tedious just reading through this. The Emperor gets a lock on Lorca's location and marches toward her with her men. Yeah, kind of like a Grace Jones with all the gold lame thing going on, you know. So anyway, Georgiou meets up with Lorca's group in the hallway, and it's really reminiscent of the hallway battle from the Phantom Menace, you know. Anyways, they open fire on each other. Lorca's group wins the firefight, but Georgiou makes an emergency transport. Now they come up with emergency transports, really? Now, anyway, so she gets away via emergency transport. Stamets says he can disable her ability to do that.
More like a panic room.
Anyways, Mikey Spock's in a Jeffries tube. She's trying to make contact with the Discovery. She gets through the Saru in a video. She tells Saru about Lorca. Stamets realizes that Lorca coordinates his final jump that brought him through to the Mirror Universe. And actually, we did see that he did finagle with his iPad there and tamper with the coordinates. Yes. She tells him that Lorca is staging a coup and that they should all stay away from the Palace ship. She's worried the Terrans are going to invade our universe or their universe. Our universe, or who gives a fuck anymore? So Lorca's men...
None of them is worth saving, Captain Robb.
None of them. They're not worthy. Lorca's men enter the Emperor's room to take the throne room and take the Emperor's sword.
You know the worst part of this?
Which is?
I mean, we're actually discussing this stupid mushroom shit like it makes any sense at all, this mycelial network stuff. You know, I pointed out earlier that, you know, spores are reproductive, vesicles of fungus. And so unless there's space mushrooms out there to fertilize, these fucking spore networks aren't really going to be in space. It's just stupid, and why would we even travel along them? Why are we even talking about this? Never mind, sorry.
It's all about going green.
With nausea?
Yes, that's the whole idea. We have to purge the sickness from us. So anyway, Lorca's men take the throne room, and he takes the sword from the gigantic from the gigantic World Series trophy throne, and so
The last thing Star Trek needs is the sword. Just oh my god.
So anyways,
Continue.
he has Mirror Stamets killed. Yay! And Landry
Okay, I
receives.
liked that scene actually a little
Yeah.
bit. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was. So Landry tells Saru about Lorca. Stamets realizes that Lorca is altered coordinates of them on the mirror universe. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I think I lost my place, but honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore. So Landry... So anyway, Mikey Spock's making her way through the Sharon's decks, and she makes contact with Lorca. He invites her to stay with him and abandon the failed idealistic social experiment that is the Federation. And he wants to make the Empire great again. He literally says that. He literally says he wants to make the Empire great again.
This show.
We're gonna build a wall.
We're going to build a wall around Kronos, okay?
We're gonna build a wall around the idea of intelligence.
They're so just everything has to be so on the nose with these people. They can't ever like oh my.
And he takes out that nasty woman, Georgiou.
So
Nasty woman, sad.
So anyway, he's telling Mikey Spock that her gifts outstrip those of Mirror Mikey Spock. By the time Landry closes in her position, it turns out Mikey Spock has already rerouted the feed to move to another location. Ooh. So anyway, Mikey Spock finds Georgiou in the Emperor's Sanctuary. Actually, that was a pretty kick-ass dining room, though. I did like that. So... But Mikey Spock tells Georgiou that she wants nothing to do with Lorca's idea of destiny. That she wants to forge her own past, or future, or whatever the hell they're trying to do.
Of course she does.
They compare...
She's the bestest human ever.
They compare mirrored losses. All versions of Mikey Spock seem to have betrayed all versions of Georgiou. But Mikey Spock vows to stop Lorca. So anyway, Georgiou asks what her plan is. And there's again... And her plan is for two 120-pound women to take down the entire lot of Lorca's troops. Really? Really?
And wouldn't that little laser spinny jobby thing she had in the last episode come in handy when they're in that throne room?
You're not supposed to ask those questions, Tom. That's.
She forgot to plug it in, I told you. Well, at least they're consistent, right? I mean, Georgiou and Mikey Spock, they alone beamed aboard the Klingon corpse ship,
That's right, yeah.
Isn't that how Georgiou got killed in the first place? You'd think she'd learn. Why can't Georgiou learn? An after-school special.
Why can't Georgiou learn on a very special ABC after-school special?
Yes, exactly.
So anyway, a fully rebooted Stamets tells Discovery crew that the Charon engines are more complicated than they thought, and they'll have to use all the energy from the remaining spores to puncture it so they can get home. They're unlikely to dodge the fire in the distance. But the resulting, yes, it's that stupid, man. It really is. The resulting blast would also incinerate them to Discovery shields. Saru gives an inspiration.
In a no-win scenario.
That was the worst fucking line of the whole show.
That's what I was talking about.
They said it over and over and over. They just kept beating that horse. That dead horse. They stomped it into a bloody horse pulp.
It's like the writers say, "Hey, what can we make sure we can do to remind everybody that this is actually related to Star Trek in some way? Oh, let's have this one line that Captain Kirk said in The Wrath of Khan. Yeah, that'll do it."
Yes, nothing says a tribute like shitting repeatedly all over the franchise.
Let's do it again in this one. Oh my god.
Yes, it paid off then. Right, kids?
So anyway, Lorca's got the ship under control, right? And Burnham and the Emperor go to the throne room, right? So Mikey Spock says that she knows Lorca has a claim to the throne room, but she just got to kill the Emperor, okay? Because that's how it works in the Mirror Universe. If you kill the guy higher up, you get a promotion. You know, that's called climbing the corporate ladder. So anyway, she if only all offices worked that way. So anyway, so, you killed my boss, so I get my staple back. You know,
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to watch Star Trek Discovery this Sunday.
But I was told that I get overtime for this thing.
Yeah, no.
I had to work the last 2 Sundays in a row, but
We're gonna need you to triple up on because we're gonna be recording this next Sunday.
Okay, but I'm gonna set the mushroom drive on fire. So anyways, Mikey Spock offers the Emperor in exchange for herself for letting Discovery go safely. Big boobed Tilly thinks she found a way to solve the problem. Bless her big boobed heart. She thinks she's found a way to solve the problem. She thinks she can ride the mushroom shockwave. Okay. And that will result in destruction to Sharon and lets Stamets navigate them to the way home.
I forgot that the solution is literally the Discovery surfing home.
It's the same exact solution from the rebooted 2009 Star Trek movie. Remember when they ejected the warp car? If it eject the warp car, we should be able to ride the shockwave.
Well, how many times, Rob? How many times have we pointed out that this series not only borrows crap from?
But they take a shitty idea and they keep making it shittier and shittier.
That's evolution.
So anyway, Discovery receives a signal. Mikey stopped to drop out of warp, and apparently we could just stay in warp as long as we want now. Because if it's absolutely pointless, let's just take it to the max, So they come out of warp near the Charon and get the transmission from Lorca. Tells them that admiration for the crew was sincere, but Mikey Spock confirms that she will be staying behind. She says, "This is my place." So he realizes that she's telling him where to aim and opens fire on the Charon. Mikey, Spock, and the Emperor make their move, and the battle begins. And as I said before, 220-pound women are going to take down the whole crew there. Yeah, that's believable.
Right. Worked with the Klingons.
Oh, the lovely CW Arrowverse fight? Yeah.
Oh, I hated that fight scene. And I usually love a good fight scene. And, oh my god, it was so bad.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? It kind of reminded me of one of the Bruce Lee movies where everybody just kind of stands in a circle and Bruce fights everybody one at a time.
The fight with the Red Knights in The Last Jedi, which is not a compliment, because that scene was also just a dumb, silly fight scene that went on and on and on. Oh my god.
So anyway. OMG. So anyway, the fight ends. Mikey Spock's holding Lorca at gunpoint. She tells Lorca that she would help him get home. She just asked.
We'll help a murderer get home so we can go
Which she holds the wrong direction.
That's who Starfleet is. That's who she is. Remember from season 1 of Star Trek: The Next Generation with the Binars, and they took control of the ship. We would have helped you. We would have helped you if you just asked. You might have said no.
1 and 0. That was the reason. Exactly. Yeah. That was logical. This is somewhat less.
Yes. So anyway, that's who Starfleet is, and that's why she won't kill him now. But Emperor Augustus Constantinos EIEIO Georgiou, she doesn't have any of those reservations, so she stabs Lorca right through the chest.
Good.
Right impaled through the chest. Kind of like what Lorca... going back to the Battle of the Binary Stars, remember how she got stabbed through the chest? Yeah.
I did find watching Lorca die very satisfying.
Yeah. Also,
I liked that they did the poetic justice of having him die how he jokingly threatened Stamets would be killed, but God.
Yeah.
I couldn't even enjoy that because of what immediately followed.
So anyway, Lorca's troops stormed the throne. Why would they even bother storming the throne room? Your leader's fucking dead.
Well, because reasons.
Because reasons.
Because reasons.
So
I think they had at least 15 minutes left, didn't they? They had to fill it.
Anyway, Georgiou Augustus Empress Tiberius Flimflam knows her reign is over, so she offers to hold him off while Mikey Spock completes her mission.
She suddenly becomes noble and good because of reasons.
Because reasons, exactly. Discovery beams Mikey Spock back on board, and she grabs Georgiou Augustus Centaurius honor, just like Wade.
What is her plan with that?
Just like, because reasons. Because she can't live. I can't live if living is without you. I can't live. I can't give anymore. Mikey Spock.
She's either going to be imprisoned for life instead of getting her noble-ass sacrifice, or she's obviously going to be shady and bad guy-y and cause trouble, or they're going to make some bullshit where she suddenly turns good, but that's bullshit.
They're going to give her... That's actually what I said. Like, why would you take her with you? She's gonna be.
What is your end game?
Because you already have your main villains gone.
God. Well, and that's the thing. Star Trek has never needed a main villain. That's the problem. Star Trek doesn't need a main bad guy because that's not the point of the show.
So.
They're just.
I mean, yes, you still have Tyler and all that stuff to bring back, but he's all but.
I think you are all laboring under the misconception that this is Star Trek.
we are. So anyway, okay.
That's the central flaw
Again,
in your
as
logic.
always, the voice
So anyway,
of reason.
okay. So anyway, they get back on the Discovery. Landry orders them to fire on the ship. They fire. Boom! Big explosion. They ride the wave. They get back to their universe because Stamets following the music because that's what Culber told them to do. And it turns out they're 9 months ahead of where they once were, and it looks like the Federation has lost the war. And so,
God.
that's where we are.
I'm so angry. So the Klingon War plotline is the worst thing about this show in how just stupid and over the top and poorly fleshed out and poorly written it is, and how they've just fucked with the Klingons so much. And the one thing that I was ever so slightly grateful for with the stupid mirror universe is that we got some respite from that dumb Klingon plotline. But then the mirror universe stuff all turned out to be fucking crap, which isn't really that surprising. And then they come back and now this is worse, because you know they're gonna have to have some contrived time travel science bullshit that makes no sense, and they're probably gonna retcon the entire first season, which means that they have wasted even more. They've more wasted my hours of life that I've spent on this than I realized, which they were already so wasted. And they're just taking more from me, and I'm so mad about it, and it's just gonna be so terrible. And I'm just angry at them for ever just why do this?
I would like to think that in my reviews, I give as good as I get to these motherfuckers.
I try to be.
I really do destroy them.
I try to be so fair to the show. I went in wanting to like this show because I liked the actress they picked for Michael Burnham, and I like Michelle Yeoh, and but as soon as I heard it was a prequel, I knew it was gonna suck. I just knew. I was hoping beyond hope that I was wrong, but I fucking knew. And here it is, and it's worse than I ever thought it would be.
Not much more to add to that.
I just want to die.
I just want it to go away. Please, just go away. And I hope to God that the rumors are true and Les Moonves gets booted.
And this with him.
Yes.
Nothing about this is good, and the weird thing is it constantly undermines its female characters at every fucking turn while trying to tell you it's a feminist show. Although I don't know if it's even really trying to do that at this point. I don't know what this show is trying to do, but it's awful, and I'm mad about it.
This show is trying to sell CBS All Access. But anyway.
Yeah. So final impressions of this episode, guys. Let's what more can we say?
There's still a couple more of these to fucking go. That's my final impression of this. I got more of these to go yet. Because they managed to stretch this out even longer than the original plan by convoluting extra episodes out of whatever.
Well, they're cutting episodes in half, really.
And like we said before, either that episode prior to this was either the last half of the episode before it or the beginning of this episode as a two-parter, and somewhere the split was made so they could add on these extra episodes, and they're just gonna milk it. So point being is, this episode wasn't as bad as the last one, but that ain't saying shit.
The bar's pretty low.
It's still, the bar's still pretty goddamn low, to where we're still stuck in a situation, like we said, at the end of the episode, we know what we're expecting, even though a lot of those plot lines that we predicted, and they were very predictable, so we can't really, like I said, take too much credit, but still, we were starting to predict this shit within the first 2 or 3 episodes.
And you want to know something? Here's where I'm gonna lead this person off.
And we're now predicting what's gonna happen, and that is a time travel bunch of horse.
And they're gonna use Georgiou as their con to help win the war, just like they did in Star Trek Into Darkness.
I think you're exactly right. That has the ring of prophecy.
Oh shit. So yeah, why don't we wrap this up, guys? I'm sure we'll be back again soon, but Ren, of course, where can we find you besides YouTube on Red Rants?
You can find my Facebook page, Ren Rants, and then you can also follow me on Twitter at Ren_rant, although admittedly I'm pretty bad at Twitter, so you're more likely to see me actually doing things on Facebook.
I'm not good at the Twitters. Every time I get on the Twitters, I get into fights.
Like, how does one do a tweet? I don't. I'm like an old lady on the internet with Twitter. I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, Doomcock, where can everybody find you besides Overlord DVD on YouTube?
I have a Patreon page at patreon.com/Doomcock. I do a lot of exclusive stuff just on Patreon. I do a weekly podcast. Harvey does a podcast. And I have the DVD comment. I did a full-length commentary on Star Trek 5. And yes, I love that movie, actually. Well, we'll talk about that some other time. And what is it? Zazzle.com/DVD Shoparama.
All right. So, Captain, take us away.
So,
sir.
I'm, of course, your narrator supreme, Rob Robot Shlomo. You can find me here at Midnight's Edge After Dark. I have my own YouTube channel, Robot Shlomo. You can find me on Twitter at Robot Shlomo. I'm the only Robot Shlomo on anything, on any platform. Which is why I love that name, and I'm not letting it go. So,
it is fabulous.
Yes. So, one more time, I am, of course, Captain Robb for Lieutenant Commander Tom Connors.
See you later.
For Commander Ren.
Signing off.
And for his exaltedness, the one, the only, Dicktar Von Doomcock via encrypted subspace transmission.
Stay angry, my friends.
And we're going to close transmission. Thank you for joining us. We will catch you next time.
If you like this video, then please click the subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified for all the latest uploaded content. Due to recent changes to YouTube's monetization policies, we'd also like to ask you to please consider supporting Midnight's Edge and its sister channel, Midnight's Edge After Dark, through Patreon. As thanks for their support, patrons will receive early notifications of mini-documentaries, special behind-the-scenes making of the Edge videos, bloopers, outtakes, lost episodes, and more. You can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. Be sure to check back for news and analysis on the corporate politics behind your favorite genre movies, as well as updates and discussion here at Midnight's Edge.